शफीक बिरयानी मंगवा रहा है.
Okay, we're going live, guys. Boys, girls, pronounce and cry babies. Welcome to the Brown Boys. We are back again. And what a day to talk about cry babies. We have to start with the one and only Cristiano Ronaldo on a day the group matches, the last match of the group stages are beginning. So you see 4 matches today, two starting on the same time, and the two other in other groups starting at the same time. But let's kick it off with Ronaldo claiming the goal, which was actually Bruno Fernandes's. Adidas
Did
has now confirmed. Adidas
didn't
has now
Harry Kane
confirmed.
do the same with Christian Eriksen in a Premier League game?
Yeah,
It's my goal, I'll call it. So that's it.
So you're saying that Harry Kane will tomorrow jump from the Big Ben, and you are willing to take that.
That is that a logic Shimon, a 40-plus-year-old gives?
And seriously, man, who takes the credit from his teammate?
but
This
how
was
can
the
he
same
possibly know?
I mean, he
because
celebrated the second goal as well. For all we know, he should have been there to take the
Yeah.
penalty. I guess Portugal won 2 matches and they are qualified, but Argentina is still awaiting their final match against Poland, right?
Are you still back to the Messi conversation? Like, how much of a loser can you be, Arnab Kundu?
What?
Like,
Messi was the
seriously.
loser, isn't it? I think Portugal won both their games
No.
fair and square.
Whole point of this discussion was that Cristiano Ronaldo did not touch it. He might have claimed it. That was fine. He forces the Portugal Association to actually bring out a statement saying that the Portugal Football Association will actually claim to
What's
FIFA.
your source?
What's your source? Everyone has reported it. We have
Your
reported
sources trust me, bro.
It's
Trust me, bro. Trust me, bro.
football is my drug. Barcelona is my dealer.
Having said that, all of us have our fair share of playing the game, and you know how. I'm not saying Ronaldo's goal, Bruno's goal, whatever. But Ronaldo's involvement in the goal was legit.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
he
true,
is what
absolutely.
makes the ball go into the
absolutely legit. I am not doubting it. Absolutely legit. I'm saying what you might have claimed the goal because at that heat of the moment you don't know whether it has touched your hair or not,
Correct.
or maybe it has touched your whatever hair cream you put on. The
Correct.
point is Adidas actually went back because every ball in this tournament has a chip inserted in it. Adidas actually went back and they saw whether any hair cream stuck to the ball. There was no hair cream. There was no goal. But the point is, in between these, last 20 hours or 18 hours or 17 hours or 16 hours, whatever it is, Ronaldo actually forced the association to take a goal away from Bruno Fernandes.
But how do we know this? How do we know that Ronaldo asked them to take it away?
No, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's Ronaldo's sister
I mean,
who put something on
as
Instagram to
long
put
as
the pressure on.
Portugal doesn't officially appeal it, I don't believe those
Maybe
sources.
just to avoid the Piers Morgan interview round 2.
The Portuguese team is there.
Yeah, have you guys seen that meme with Ronaldo with the school bag saying, "I'm going to Piers Morgan"?
Yeah.
Because as long as they keep winning, I think
That's
it's
true.
all gonna be good, right?
You're on mute, Shumana, if you're talking.
I'm on mute. Sorry, guys, because I was inviting the brown girl who is also here joining us, Niti Bora. She, of course, disclaimer, she's a Messi fan. And Niti, as I turn the camera, do you want to have your say on the Cry Baby episode?
Niti, be very careful what you say.
Niti, I have a surprise for you. Hold on.
Come on, go for it, Niti.
So I was very past the entire Ronaldo Messi war, but now this made me really happy what he did. I was like, oh, somebody fucked up. So I was very happy that Ronaldo tried out. And okay, I'm gonna go back to being a mature person now because I have to answer to Shafiq tomorrow. So yeah.
No, I mean, the whole ball game is not about you answering to Shafiq. The whole point is that once Adidas has said that the ball did not have any traces of Ronaldo's hair cream on it,
Isn't
both-
Adidas the official? I mean, a partnered with Messi? Aren't they partnered with Messi? Isn't it?
Adidas is the official partner of FIFA. They create the ball.
For all we know, Budweiser is also the official partner of FIFA, but they're not allowed
Yeah.
to sell beer. Come on,
Yeah,
they have a
but-
chip inside the ball now.
Yeah, so do you want a chip inside your beer?
It's the same shit. 2000 के नोट के अंदर chip है रे बाबा.
वही वो तो कोई नहीं बोलता है ना. See, the only person who can actually say it is Ronaldo. He felt something hit his head.
I
And that's
know.
why the argument ends.
That's a see. That is the problem. Ronaldo always feels something in his head. He needs to.
He
really
feels like
go-
the greatest player ever made. That's what he
I
feels.
know.
Like
He really needs to go and talk to Piers Morgan about this, and then Piers Morgan will tweet out his feelings.
you know, maybe.
And in the
maybe he
meantime,
will.
Nitin can buy him one of those filter coffee mugs that he got for his teammates. Yeah, that will help him.
I would say maybe he will, but maybe that interview will come after a long time because maybe he's going to be in Qatar for longer than most other players. So we'll have to wait till his tournament finishes.
Yeah.
Unlike Shafiq
Like
Spaniard on that
You,
free.
you should know what is exactly Adidas's statement, right? Adidas's statement on the Al Rihala ball officially says that we are able to definitively show no contact on the ball from Cristiano Ronaldo for the opening goal. No external force on the ball could be measured as shown by the lack of heartbeat in our measurements. Maybe the gel was not stiff enough, I guess.
And maybe for all the ball controversy, Ronaldo's statement is balls. Fuck it. You do you. But moving on, that's 2 victories for Portugal, which sort of assures them the through, right? Because now they go to play South Korea. Is that the only?
No. So they play whosoever finishes second between.
South Korea in the groups. That's what I
Korea
think
and
Rohit's trying to say.
No, South Korea in the group, right? But
Yeah,
the last
yeah.
team in the group is South Korea.
So
But South Korea have been in good form. I love watching them play, man. Just so
They
determined.
taste unlucky. I feel they're unlucky.
So basic and nice, right? Get the ball to the wing, put that knife, flight the ball. It's just good,
The
basic.
entire last 10 minutes was just crossing.
But
was that Ghana goal wasn't the first goal offside? How was it onside? I mean, from the naked eye, it looked offside though.
the one where you.
Do you
I don't know.
trust Ronaldo?
It looked offside. I don't know what the VAR showed because the VAR shows only what is. I mean, when they need to show. The same for the other goals that we have seen, right?
Shimon, what's
I
your
don't know.
opinion on VAR?
It's been quite shady.
Shimon,
Yes.
what's your opinion on the VAR this year?
Well, I think the VR is, almost dragging lines across Raheem Sterling's,
So this technology you don't trust. But
absolutely
ball
trust it.
technology you
I
trust.
absolutely trust it. It draws a line on the, on that level of where the spine ends and the arse begins for Raheem Sterling. It draws a line there as well. So I absolutely trust it.
That's hilarious.
Having said that, 4 matches today. Nitin, you want to go for it? What are the matches? What are the importance of the matches that today coming up? Of course, Iran. It's not Iran. You know if you know, right? Iran versus US going to be a heated match. I mean, of course, for all the political controversies.
It's gonna be soccer again.
Yep. So first at 8:30, it's the teams of the Group A will be playing Ecuador and Senegal. This one's gonna be a really tight game, I think, because both of them, the other game, Netherlands and Qatar. Netherlands just need a win or maybe a draw just to qualify. But Ecuador, Netherlands, it's both of them fighting for that place. Group B's, of course, both the games are going to be heated because Wales and England, of course, from the United Kingdom, neighboring nations, and Iran, US is just now, just like Shumon said, for all the political controversies and whatever is happening, whatever has happened in the history, it all sorts of brings down to this one single stage.
For all you know,
who are we going for on the Iran-US match? Where does the strength lie? Are you who has an advantage here?
And everywhere, it's not on the football pitch, right? If you see it, normally US has the advantage over Iran. It's not just on the football pitch. Come on.
No, but what's the group like? USA need a win or a draw to qualify.
No, the 4 teams, they can qualify depending on who wins. I think if England loses, they finish on 4 points, and Wales finishes on 4 points as well. While somebody between US and Saudi, if they end up winning, they qualify straight away. So it's an open-end group still.
So it's an open-ended group. We'll talk about England versus Wales, of course, but let's finish the discussion around Iran versus US.
We,
What's the team looking
we'll
like?
we'll have Pulisic dropping bombs from a B-12 bomber on Iran. Don't worry.
That's a very politically incorrect statement to make. We do not support it. We do not call you Iran. We call you Iran.
Also, English dictionary wise, an incorrect statement. You made Shimon by calling it incorrect. But,
oh, it's incorrect.
but it's all,
right.
everything is wrong. This show is wrong. Don't stop watching. If you're watching this, why are you watching this?
Why are you watching? If you haven't subscribed, why haven't you subscribed? That's the whole point.
This is not a show to be watched. This is just for us. We are friends who just come and sledge each other.
What happens? What happens when the Iranian team goes back home because they blatantly decided not to go ahead with the national anthem and shit? Yeah. So what happens?
This is their last World Cup in a lot of ways. That means.
You mean that they're not going back home alive? That's what you mean?
So they'll go back home alive. But they'll probably.
But what if it's the redemption for the team is if they actually beat the US, something like that. Yeah. Then I think,
if they beat the US, I guess there will be another different kind of an uprising in Iran. But having said that, I think the US team looks pretty solid. They're not scoring a lot of goals though, and I think that's the biggest problem that they are facing.
I think they were quite unlucky in the match against England. They ended up hitting the crossbar and the post a couple of times. They were the better team that dominated England. So
easy, yeah.
I hope they're gonna win their first game in this World Cup. They're still without a win, right? They have drawn both their matches.
What do you think he's saying, Rohit?
No, so I was asking Niti whether there is a chance for the US to qualify and go to the round of 16, because I think in many ways that would be a validation for the US team, right? Because with the MLS progressing, a lot of big name players going to the MLS, a David Beckham kind of a character buying, a team in the MLS. Does this give more validation to US as a football playing nation? It is not soccer for the umpteenth time.
It is soccer, Shimon. Till the time UK beats US in the World Cups, it is soccer.
You have to send it to all. You have to send this show to all your ex-girlfriends. I'll tell you, no one will ever come back and disturb you.
I don't want them either. What the fuck are you talking about? They're ex for a certain reason. So who the fuck wants their ex back? Come on.
Oh wow.
So I think
sorry, Niti.
Yeah, go for it.
So I think it'll be a validation for USA, but like if Iran wins, then it won't be the first time they'll be kicking US out of the World Cup, because they did the same in 1998.
Interesting.
I think
that is very true.
Yeah, right? I think, and that was like very politically driven match. Like tensions were flared up more than now.
US-Iran match is going to be political. The whole point is that if US wins this, I feel that there is a road ahead for MLS. Yes, the money is involved. The game is getting more interesting. I really feel that after many years, the US football team soccer team to keep Arnab, give him that cupcake in the middle. Sorry, Rohit, you were saying something. You're mute.
We can't hear you. You can't.
No, Rohit, all we can see is your facial bloody expressions.
I wasn't saying it.
Now
we can hear you. Yeah.
Now better?
Yeah. Go for it.
He's doing it on purpose.
That's me fucking with you. Okay. Now I was saying, I get what Shaman's saying. The clout of your local league becomes bigger when you win. I think that's a very semi-final situation, even for the US. You beat Iran, I think the whole nation expects them to. If they don't, you'll have people throwing hamburgers at them, I guess.
I think even if US doesn't make it to the next round, say they lose against Iran, I think they have a shitload of money to make their league successful and them to grow, right?
Sure.
I mean, I think it is one of the reasons why they have qualified after 8 long years. The league has grown leaps and bounds in the last 8 years or so, right? So the infrastructure is there for them to turn up big, right? Like they do always in all the major tournaments. I think they'll be taking over soccer as well someday.
Yeah.
Sorry, we have a very interesting comment coming in from Arnold Lewis. Arnold Lewis says England is crashing out tonight. Now that's some statement to make for all of those who are saying Shafiq and Rohit, who are
Coming
saying
home.
it's coming home, baby.
Coming home.
I think Gareth Bale is gonna put a hole in one today against England.
Not that. I think Indian
That's a golf term, by the way, Shuman. You just made that face. Do you think Foden starts?
I mean,
Yeah.
Nitin? What is this? I mean, Nitin, what is this really discussion about? How does Henderson start
Yeah, start over Bellingham.
Bellingham? I mean, I don't understand this discussion.
I mean, there's no. It seems there's no logic. There's no sort of, you know, validation to why Henderson would start. I mean, because see, last game you see, the chances created, absolutely, it was like zero. The same chances that was created by Foden, and Foden didn't play. So you need that sort of creativity, and even Bellingham brings that sort of leadership. It's not just Henderson, and Bellingham has been in that form.
Absolutely, and I guess that's what we have been talking about, right? With a Foden, a Bellingham, how can you not put a Foden on the pitch? And what is Raheem Sterling doing in that England team? Because Shafiq and Rohit, it's not coming home if you don't have the right team to play. And I feel Gareth Southgate, somewhere down the line, after all these years, he's not evolving as a coach for the England team. He's stuck into his, he's not. He has to understand he is no Pep Guardiola.
I think this England team and this England generation will end up the same as the Belgians. I don't think they're winning any major tournaments. They just have that chokers tag in them.
Yeah, that's
You're right. You're right. I have no defense, even as a part fan, because the uncertainty is there. If they lose to Wales tonight, not Shafiq and I are not going to feel
I
surprised.
think they made the semi-finals only once in the last 50, 60 years, right? I think last time around was the time when they made to the semi-finals. It's all the hype they can have for
Yeah.
being Brits.
For being in a very popular
For
league.
being Brits. For being Brits. Come on, you know. Andy Murray, he played for a couple of years. Look at his market value.
You're right
Yeah.
about it.
Any sport. If you're a Brit, you just do some little good and you're there out there having your names being sung among the biggest of the football stars.
Yeah, I mean, Harry Kane is of course an exception in that team. But the point is, I really don't agree with you, Arnav, when it comes to the assessment of this team, because I feel this team is much more talented than, much more flair. That's my word for it. Much more flair than the Lampards and the
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, come on, the Lampards and the Gerrards, they played so well for 20 long years. Till the time I see a Foden do it, I don't think they're as good as that team. They have a better squad.
Yeah,
Yes. It's not only 4 or 5 names, but I don't still see them, making it to the semis.
You have to understand that in the modern game, while the CDM is very important, and we were having this discussion on the Brown Boys the other day, right? That how important in this World Cup a CDM is going to be, right?
Look at Casemiro.
Absolutely, Casemiro showed it yesterday. Every CDM has been showing it and winning games for their country. The whole point is, are we going to actually allow England to play the flair game? Because with Gareth Southgate's strategy, I don't see it. Shafiq?
yes.
If you're drowning behind Messi, that's not our fault. But the point was, we were talking about whether it's coming home or not, and
No,
how
that
does
I
it coming
said.
home with how
See,
does it come home with Gareth Southgate's strategy?
No, there's no defense, like Rohit said. I think they're pretty. I just feel like after they're through the group stages, they'll do these 1-0, 1-0 victories and somehow reach the finals. Is my hope.
There's a shootout somewhere in between, but they'll be knocked out again.
Don't you dare say the word Saka right now.
I mean, talking about all the British England players, right? Not British, English players.
Right.
What is Harry Kane been doing? He hasn't been creating chances. Neither has been scoring goals. I don't know. I mean, I don't think he has been fed enough by the likes of Sterling's and the Rashfords for him to even score a goal, right? And he's not in those positions as well.
Yeah, I think it's a Harry Kane problem rather than anything else. It's not because they scored 7 goals. You would
I don't
expect
know.
Harry
I
Kane
have
to have
seen
one in there.
him beyond the halfway line, with the defense. I don't know what he is doing there.
Yeah.
He's not fast. He cannot outrun a defender, right? All he can do is use his body and then just banger of a goals, right? I don't see him doing. The chances
I
have
mean,
not been created
so
for him either.
I really don't buy this argument because Nitin, you back me up on this because I think Harry Kane is really fast. Harry Kane masks his speed because he holds the ball up so well. As a player, I think Harry Kane is your complete striker material. And he has pace on him. We never talk about his pace because maybe he's not the fastest, but he's neither the slowest.
When we say pace,
Of course.
we mean the likes of Vinicius.
Yes.
See, that's what is
Vinicius
not
is
there
not-
with
I
Vinicius
think
is
that's
not
because
the
of the
striker.
position.
Yeah,
I think that's
Vinicius
because of the position. That's it.
Haaland
The
is
pace is hyped up.
fast, right? Most of the strikers are fast. Right? Richarlison is fast.
Yeah.
Harry Kane is not as fast as Richarlison either, right?
I think he's also in his decline now.
I don't know if he can run in between two defenders and outrun them. Right. I have not seen him, and he's not getting the balls as well. The deliveries have been very far and few for England in the box for
Yeah,
Harry
but
Kane to
if
score.
you can't have deliveries coming in. So, I mean, today the news is that Trippier might be rested with Kyle Walker coming back to the squad. He's fit enough now.
Stupid.
I don't know. I mean, it might help them make those runs better. But in terms of the
With who?
quality of deliveries, I think Kieran Trippier.
Kyle Walker, I think it's been 3 years that he has not played the right back position for City, right? He has been playing as the third centre back. I don't see him doing too many crosses and stuff in the Premier League as well. Come on.
The crosses are important. The quality of the crosses. He has been doing crosses. The quality of the crosses, I think Trippier beats everyone hands down. But I think if you have to play for the quality of crosses, not as a defender, then
I would play Trippier in centre mid or a centre defensive mid as well, just like Germany uses Kimmich, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why he would not be on the squad.
Yeah, Trippier is instrumental even for Newcastle. We've seen him do unbelievable stuff there. So I think he should play.
What about Alexander Arnold? Aren't we going?
I will be right back.
I think I would take him as a substitute in the 70th or 75th minute just to give that impact, that blast of creativity on the right flank.
Don't you think guys like Arnold and Trippier, they can play in the midfield as well, as central midfielders, right? They're not bad passers or they're terrific passers of the ball. They give those long passes. They have a vision for the game, right? Why cannot they play in the mid? If you're playing a Jordan Henderson in the mid, I would rather have an Arnold or a Trippier play as a central midfielder or a defensive midfielder.
But they also add a lot as the right back, left back, So I think there's more merit to playing them there than in central midfield.
They will outrun they'll keep running, right? Right backs do most of the running in the pitch as well. Yeah. I think Alexander Arnold might be a good fit for a center mid or a right mid.
But more of an attacking role, I would say. Not as a
not as a defender. Not as a defender.
Because he doesn't track back a lot these recently in the recent games for Liverpool. Yeah.
Talking about really good CDMs, how good was Casemiro and how good was that technique?
That technique was amazing. Casemiro was a double plus in that technique and in the game because I think he was holding that game together for Brazil. And in many ways, you have to give credit to the Swiss. I mean, they actually held the Brazilian team of this quality for about 60 to 70 odd minutes.
65 minutes. Once that offside goal, Brazil just switched to a different mode.
Yeah.
And who would not want to talk about the first two games of yesterday's match day? Come on. Crazy games. I mean, small footballing nations, okay, just by the name, but then
No, I love Ghana and I love when a game gets scrappy, When the perfection is lost, then things can just happen. The ball just exceeds. Lovely.
Chaos.
Now we also see Ghana versus Uruguay.
Yeah.
Epic game. Was it Asamoah Gyan, the player who missed the penalty?
Yeah, it was Gian who missed
Yeah,
the
it was a
penalty and
penalty.
Luis Suarez. So it's a redux of 2010 quarterfinals.
The hand
We would-
game was. The
And again,
swap.
it's a knockout game, right? The team that wins qualifies.
Yeah. Would you blame Suarez for that? I actually respect him a lot for that hand.
I
I
think
also do. I was there in
I
the
don't think it's
stadium. That's
against
what
the
I was
no,
there in
they,
the
they
stadium.
they won the game, right? So
Yeah,
as long as they
exactly. I
win,
don't think
there's
it's
nothing
against
wrong.
the spirit of the game. It's almost like a tactical foul.
For all we knew, if you had to keep the spirit of the game alive, we should have removed his red card decision for the next game. We should have let him play in the semis, and I think the results might have been different in that World Cup
What
against
the
that
fuck?
Dutch
How
team.
can you say
No,
that?
but
How does that
how do
make
you
any
say
sense?
that? That doesn't make any
Shut the
sense.
fuck
There is no
up, bro.
spirit.
Why
That makes
not?
no
Come
sense.
on. If there are two yellow cards now, they don't they let you play on semis and finals, right? If you get two constant yellow cards, so why not for red cards as well? You
But this
go
is
off
a
the game. You go off the
hand.
That's a
game.
FIFA
Go
rule.
off the game for 20 minutes, right? You go off the game for 20 minutes. You're already one man down on your team, right? Next game, I mean, you need to
I don't know what
you
game
need
you've
to
been
keep
playing all your life.
you need to keep the best players on the pitch. Come
Have
on.
you
You
have
need
you
to keep
played
the best players
football
on
where
the
you have running goalie and shit? Like, I'm sorry, that's for the
wouldn't
guys.
you? Wouldn't you? I mean, Neuer was doing the same shit, right?
Shut up.
We start new rule.
Alan
Ek tappa outside the D you can catch. We'll start these new rules also. Now. One hand, one tip.
For all you know, the best players need to play in the biggest of the games, right?
I don't know.
I completely. I think we will have Group A decided today. We will have Group B decided today. And on the Group A, you have Holland, Ecuador, Senegal, and Qatar, right? Qatar is already eliminated, so there are three teams. It's a three-way shootout, right? So Holland, which are facing Qatar, they are in the best position. Of course, they already have 4 points. But if you look at the Ecuador, they also have 4 points. But Senegal, on their on the FIFA points and the quality of players that they have on the pitch, are a better team than Ecuador any given day.
No, I think Ecuador has been the better side in this entire group. They have been better than the Dutch as a team.
Is Valencia still injured? What's his?
No, he's fit. He's fit for
He's
today.
fit. He's fit. Against the Dutch, I think it was the Ecuadorians who played really well in that game, right? There are a lot of chances to score as
I
well.
mean, there was only one shot by the Dutch, just one,
Yeah,
and it was a goal, and that
that's
was
it.
a cracker. And
Who's
you
the
can't
other
score
guy?
crackers all the games.
There's Valencia and there's the other guy. You Steve Pian. I don't know what his name.
Yeah, so Senegal has to beat Ecuador to progress, right? That's the position for Senegal, and they have no other way to do it in Group A. It cannot be a draw because they're on 3 points, while Ecuador already is on 4 points. So it's a very interesting group. I mean, it's for Senegal, Ecuador, it's a do or die. Netherlands can draw the game; they can still qualify, so they do not have much of a problem. Their qualification is almost certain. But I think it will be a game to watch out would be Ecuador versus Senegal, because that's the game where it's a do or a die situation. There are no draws that can do any justice for Senegal. But if you look at the rankings and FIFA rankings, Senegal is way higher than Ecuador.
Yeah, but we've learned the hard way that rankings don't mean shit this tournament.
Well, talk about Belgium.
Just like 36 games unbeaten run.
Talking about coaches, right? Shuman, you're mentioning about Southgate. What's this Portugal coach doing? I keep forgetting his name. Santos, Fernando Santos,
Fernando
right?
Santos, yeah.
He subbed off Neves. He took off Neves from the midfield, and he got their winger Leao. He got a winger on the pitch when Portugal were leading 1-0. I don't know what that guy does. I don't know what
Three
I don't know what
substitutions also,
his
right?
tactics are. I have no
In
clue
the
what his
previous
tactics
game
are.
also,
Arnav,
I remember
that
he took
question, that
three off
question,
Ronaldo and stuff.
I don't know what his tactics are. There's no speed on Portugal's wings. Till the time you see a Leao coming in, I think Leao should start. I think Leao should start.
yeah, absolutely, Rafael Leao should start. But I mean, your question should have been, what is he smoking? Given
I
it
don't know.
from
I have
you.
no clue. I mean, for all I know, I think Ronaldo needs to sit the next game since they have qualified. I need to see how the team chemistry works without Ronaldo. I think they would play better without Ronaldo.
Absolutely. I mean,
I think they would play better without Ronaldo. It's quite evident.
Everyone's curious about it. Everyone.
Crazy how times change. Even United, the same. Everybody was saying, without Ronaldo, we're better.
He's no longer fast. I don't know why this entire World Cup has been about strikers who have got the legs. Who have got the legs to outrun a defense. I think the game has changed from boring, pass to one touch.
Yeah, I
zoop.
think
Yeah, I
World
mean,
Cup was hard.
the game has really changed also for Belgium, because the news that is coming out of Qatar is that after the match against loss to Morocco, the Belgium players were involved in a bust-up in the drawing room. Kevin De Bruyne, Jan Vertonghen, and Eden
And
Hazard were
Hazard.
involved in a spat. Romelu Lukaku, of all people, had to pull them apart. And then, when you there was an Instagram post by Dries Martin's wife. Dries Martin's wife put an Instagram post that they had a very awkward barbecue after that. So the golden generation of Belgium is really coming apart in many ways.
They're going home. I think we all can agree. I don't see Belgium beating Croatia in the final.
Some reason it feels like De Bruyne will be glad to go home at this point. He'll just be like, thank God this is wrapped.
I think he'll straight away call
Thank
Pep
God.
and Haaland, and the moment Premier League starts, there will be 19 other teams crying their lungs out on how he smashes them all around the park.
I think if Belgium gets eliminated, I think Hazard and De Bruyne will retire from international duty. That's what I feel.
Hazard
I
and
just
who?
have this De Bruyne, Kevin De Bruyne.
Really? You think? Really?
I think so. Just a guess.
Hazard anyways would.
Hazard for sure. De Bruyne, maybe. Yeah, unless 4
I mean,
years.
Hazard doesn't even deserve to be in that team, frankly. So what are the first two matches that we are looking at? Holland versus Qatar and Ecuador versus Senegal.
Yes, Group A games. Yeah.
That's starting in about 50 minutes, I guess. Less than an hour.
Do you think Iran takes their first point against Netherlands and makes it?
Iran is facing United.
Sorry,
Qatar.
Do you think?
Could be. I mean, Qatar. They've already got eliminated. They have nothing to lose.
Which is why I'm saying maybe what if they pull out an upset and go with at least a point for their home?
I have a feeling my prediction for this match would be, Holland would at least score 2 goals. It won't be a draw. Qatar won't make it.
I feel like Qatar is they're not competing. I think at 2-0, 3-0, I wouldn't.
They're just there for the sake of it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
Why are we saying Holland, by the way?
Holland.
I'm like, when did he shift countries?
No, so I mean, Holland, Netherlands.
Other predictions. What about Iran, USA?
No, so let's go with the group we're talking about. So the other one is Senegal versus Ecuador. What are you looking at? Ecuador, Nitin, you are going with Ecuador.
Yes.
I think that's a high-scoring game, but 3-2 Ecuador.
Yes.
I think that would be a high-scoring game.
Gonna turn up. He's just crazy, man.
Since you said it's a high-scoring game, I'll agree to that. I feel it's going to be. So I'm going to keep the score really high. I think it's going to be a 5-4 game.
Oh, that's a lot. I think 3-2, Shimon.
5-4 to Senegal.
Ecuador will have a lot many chances.
5-4 or 4-3, but it goes to Senegal.
I think 3-2 Ecuador. They'll have lot many chances. Senegal would be open in the back for the first 30 minutes till the time they score a goal. Right? They'd have to go all gung ho throughout the game.
Yeah, I agree. I'll go with Ecuador win.
I'm going for a 3-3 draw. Yeah.
I say 1-0. Ecuador score on the counter late in the second half or something like that.
Okay, so let's wrap this show of the Brown Boys up with the last two predictions. And the last two predictions are the big games tonight: England versus Wales. Gareth Bale's swan song, or is it coming home?
Oh.
I'm going to predict what I want to see. I want to see a 3-0 England.
That's a bit unrealistic, but
that's what I want.
I
my prediction is it's coming home. So now
I think it's a 1-0 Wales.
I'll go to Marange, England.
I'll go with a 2-2.
I'm going for a 1-1 draw. 1-1.
Okay, and what's the other one? The Iran versus US.
I think
2-1 Iran.
3
2-1.
3
2-1
3-1
Iran.
3-1
Iran.
US. 3-1
2-1
US.
Iran feels like a global news headline.
Last 2 goals, Iran will come
I
back
think
from
it will be
1-0.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I think it will be 2-1 Iran, and I'm saying this because I want this, as Rohit was saying, he wants the England match to be that way, because I think it will be Iran team's tribute to all the women who are out there and the agitation that is going on in support of the Iranian women and their rights. I
So they
think
don't need to beat the USA to give them a tribute, right? It's their system that they need to beat, not the United States.
I
Come
mean,
on.
the system does not.
There's
Yeah,
a hole
but
in the house. It's
You know, in all realism, I don't mean to make social commentary, but I don't know. I believe in the power of the game as the game. I don't think it has any power to make social context. And Qatar is going to go back to doing what Qatar does. The kafala system is going to come. All of that's going to come back.
Yeah,
So
but I feel that Iran is on the cusp of change. If
as
the
football fans,
players,
they just enjoy the sport.
yeah, I mean,
So
when
for
did you
me,
last see
Iran
Iran
beats
football
USA,
No,
they
when
win.
did you last see the Iran football team or players have balls to actually protest against their nation
Correct.
on a world stage?
Even, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have not seen that. So there are possibilities here, and I think
They look like a more
They-
hungrier side.
they have the balls for
Absolutely.
now. They have the balls for now till the time they head home, right?
After that, we'll get stoned.
well, Shafiq, that coming from you is
I
very
know, I
good.
know, I know. Let's not continue that conversation.
No, but I'm good talk. I think let's look for good games. If anything, tomorrow, let's just hope Shafiq, these guys don't turn up with crying Harry Kane photos or some shit. let's just be humble again.
That's the plan. But
I'll have a Southgate on top of Sterling's ass.
uh,
You forgot to ask this guy, Shuman. Yeah, I forgot to ask this guy his prediction. Am I pointing towards Messi or not?
you are, don't worry.
we're not talking about Messi right now. Are you? Are you talking to Messi?
Yeah.
Oh, you can have those imaginary conversations while the Brown Boys, are going to have the real conversations here. Having said that, this is goodbye for today. Keep watching the matches from all the Brown Boys. We are going to take a break from the crybabies.
Good talk, boys. See you around.
See you. Bye.
Yeah.